Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. So this says Brews with Drew, but this isn't actually the name of the show. I think it's a good name, and maybe it's a future show. But really, this is just a Sunday chilling out. Let's see what's going on in the news. I got some news for you guys. What's coming next week? I've got some what's happening in retro gaming. A couple things that were kind of cool I saw, and yeah, some other interesting stuff. And whatever you guys bring to the discussion as well, we'll do that. This is the first time I'm on the mic. I'm finding that I could have way more control of the sound when I'm using the headset. So let's hope for that. And let's have some fun. Let's see who we got here. Oh, Paps. Cheers, Paps. RW Prime, what's up, man? Fragment Freedom Bro. Hey, man, how's it going? Country Cletus, what's up? Apple Device Pro, good to see you back. Glad you're in the channel. 321 My Destiny, what's up? Hope you guys are all having a good weekend. How's your weekend going? Has it been chill? Has it been stressful? Has it been lonely? How's it been? My weekend's been very busy, but fun. Let's start this out with some CP game really quick. Okay, I want to play something where don't have to get too invested in. The Punisher's pretty good. Let's start the stream with a little bit of Punisher. I mean, he's a pretty good game right here. What's up, Richard? Oh, Mallow Pixel was like, "What the f up?" And I thought I did something to you, man. I was like, "Oh shit, he's coming at me." No, what's up, man? What's up? Everything's all good. How are you? What up, D? What up, John? Richard, weekends always go by fast. I agree, man. What could we do to to make them longer? I think a 4-day work week honestly makes more sense to me, but supposedly the five. So let's talk about that. The 5-day work week, the 40-hour work week, like that all started like after the war, right? Like that, from what I understand, that's when it all started. Was when people got back from World War II, and then like you had to start working and stuff. And then there's no reason for it. It's just that was the 40-hour work week to give people things to do. Personally, whoa, let's throw this at somebody. What's going on back there? The Punisher. What's up, boy? Virgil, Roman, what's up? Yeah, go Warriors, Jeremy. Man, the Warriors are really showing them up. Like, so Warriors, really quick, since nobody's responded to the working thing yet. If you think about it, so the Warriors, I don't know if anybody knows this, but the Warriors last year were up 3-0, and you only have to win 4 games for the playoffs. So they're up 4-0, and ooh, I got a turkey. They're up 4-0, grenade, or 3-0, and then they throw it away. The next 3 games they lost. The next 4 games in a row, it had like never been done or done like once before, where a team came back after a 3-0 lead, and so the Cavaliers beat them. So this year they're playing the same team again, the Cavaliers. But think about this. The reason I brought this up is think about this. Like if you were that team, if you were the Warriors last year, and you were up 3-0, and then you get demolished 4 games in a row, think about how demoralizing that would be. Like I would be sleeping, I would be going to bed at night and being like, I'm gonna just roll. You just want to, like, that's like the best motivation in the world, is knowing that I want to beat these guys so bad. Like every day you're thinking about them. That's what I think the Warriors did, and that's why I think they're gonna wreck them this year. But we'll see. They're up so far 2-0, 2-0. Which image is this? I'm not really promoting images, but it's 128, but I'm not going to say which one. Build a time machine out of a DeLorean. I think that's already been done, dude. I think, what is that? Gone with the Wind? No, I know what you're talking about. 3 games in 1. Oh, was it 3-1? Okay, not 4-3-4, not 3-0. Even so, I mean, what was it? It's never been done before, right? I'm kind of trying to chat and kind of playing this game, so you all know I'm not very good at games anyways, but I have somewhat of an excuse here. Let me scroll up a little bit on this chat. I think I missed some. I just bought a launch box and got a forever account with Imu Movies. Oh, nice. So, what are you planning to do with that, man? What's your plans? What's your goals, man? Share. What's up? Build a time. Yep. You should have Mad Little Pixel live stream set up with chat on the screen. Yeah, we're working on that. So since you brought that up as well, I have a show starting tomorrow. Is the first episode. Simply Austin is going to be on it. Episode number 1. I also interviewed um, RGT85. He's the Sega guy. Everyone calls him the Sega guy. And I also did an interview with Mad Little Pixel last week, and I've already edited all that. So I have 3 episodes of this new show. Speaking of guests on this new show, I would really like to get ETA Prime on the show because I feel like he's a big part of this Raspberry Pi community. And so we've been kind of like, he said, oh, I could do it, and we've been kind of like going back and forth. So if you're in his channel, you should write in his comments and say, dude, do the show with DrewTalks. So if you could do that for me, that'd be awesome. Because I really want him on the show. I think it would be good for the first week to get a lot of Raspberry Piers, at least for the first week, to kind of have like a theme going. So hopefully that that happens. But so far the show is good, really good. I'm going to talk more about the show later. I think we got to finish what we were talking about earlier. Sorry, I like to jump topics. No, we were driven like slaves until workers formed unions and said, no, we don't work more than 40 hours. Unions became a thing for us. Yeah, I mean, for sure there's unions, but now there's way less unions than there ever had before, and we're still, maybe that was then, but, here we are today, and not a lot of that has changed. Now, me personally, I don't mind a 40-hour work week if I'm doing something I like. And so that's why I always tell people, don't do a job to just do a job. Like, find a job you at least a little bit like, because at least it's bearable. But then there is the counter to that, which is like some people just don't really know what they like, and it's like, I just need to get paid. And then I understand that too. I don't really have anything else to say to those people, but I do try to think, like, try to find something at least close to what you like doing, maybe as close as it could get. Because think about it, you work like 40-hour work week time, what is it, 52 weeks in a year minus holidays. That's a lot of time you're spending at your job. So at least try to find something somewhat decent if you can. And I know I might be kind of, what is it when you like brush over the topic? I know I might be brushing, and that's why I understand. Like, I understand some people need to pay the bills and they just got to do a job to do the job. So don't let me discourage those people. Like, keep doing what you're doing, collect your paycheck. But I'm just saying, if you have an option, especially when you're young, start pursuing something you're at least somewhat interested in. Okay, man, I need to catch up with this chat. Yeah, my spirit would be broken if I was the Warriors, man. Where am I at? What do you mean, where am I at? I'm at home with a green screen. Where does it look like I'm at? I'm in the game. Um, Speaking the truth might get some people worked up. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. That would be nice. Or am I on the new bar top? No, I'm not on the new bar top because, oh shoot, I'm running out of time. I'm not on the new bar top because I'm using my computer setup and I'm streaming through my computer. I could totally set up my bar top to do all this, no problem. Like, there's definitely not a reason why I couldn't. But speaking of bar top, since this is another topic changer, but I'm loving all the topics. Let's see if I can juggle all this. The bar top. I've made so many videos of that bar top. I got like 4 or 5 more. You already saw all the series, right? But I have a video on how to set up the second player control coming out. And then I have all these React videos because I've been calling all my friends and like, dude, check out this build I got. So I have all these React videos where I bring random people over and they like see it for the first time and they react to it and we play some games and stuff. So those videos are coming as well. But I do really like the bar top. You're getting around. Yeah, I'm getting around town, dude. Oh, thanks, Apple Pie device. Thank you, dude. You should play some Gonru. What system is that for? Let me know. Most people don't work these days. Most people don't like to work. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like you're right. Most people don't like to work. But if you are going to work, like, don't you think you should at least try to... How do you throw a grenade, by the way? Do you have to hold down a button? What's grenade? Is it... Do you have to hold down 2 buttons at the same time? Oh, I just did some sort of special move. Does anybody know what the button to... Is it select? No, that's coins. Okay. Okay, I got 60 seconds to kill this guy so I can read some comments. Do I use Team Phone? No, I use Skype. Um, Morons in management positions. Yeah, true that, dude. So, Country Cletus made a great point, which is it's morons in management positions. I agree. There's this quote. It says people don't quit good jobs; they quit bad managers. So I agree. Basically saying like it's not necessarily always the work as much as just like the team and your manager and who you're working under, who could just totally annihilate you and defeat you. I agree with that. Stephen Love, what's up, dude? What it do, Steve Garcia? Nice to see you again, man. Yeah, Virgil agrees as well. Victor Collin, what do you mean? How much for what? I build me one. How much for what? What are you talking about? You're talking about the thing? Neo Geo. Oh, cool. I want to play some Neo Geo games, so I'll put that up there. Y'all got me ranting now. No, rant it up, dude. Rant up this chat. Let's fill this chat up. Just go for it. I don't care. Um, I can't sit here and watch today. I actually have a lot to get done. Oh, Virgil, telling us about how easy your job is, and then coming in here and saying, "Well, actually, sometimes I have busy days." You better check yourself next time you come in here and you're like, "Oh, my job's easy." More Coke. There's no Coke. There's no Coke. It's all real energy. Hi, Liquor Snurf. How's it going? All right, Virgil. Good to see you, man. I hope your allergies are good. I appreciate you coming in and at least listening. That's pretty cool. I try to talk, so at least it's somewhat interesting. How is the sound, by the way, guys? Is the sound good? Can I raise the system volume a little bit? And how's my mic volume? Back to work for me. All right, Stephen Love. Apple device. I got to give a shout out to Apple device because this dude came on my channel one day and now he's really living it up. And this is I can appreciate this. I appreciate hustle, right? And here he is, he's hustling. And at first I was like, okay, he's just coming in here and he's spamming, right? And I was like, okay, Apple Device Pro, he's coming in here, he's just using my channel to promote himself, right? I'm just being honest, right? And I was like, that's fine, I don't really care. Then he comes in the next time, and the next time. He's been in like the last 5 live streams. So I appreciate the hustle, because it's one thing to go into somebody's channel and just like spam the channel and then leave, right? And never come back, or just, use it and leave. Do your little 1 minute plug and then peace out. But this dude's keeping it up. Then what did I ask the other day? I was like, "Oh, please like the video." And he's on this little he's moving that train, the like train, and I can appreciate that. Thanks for moving that like chain. True chew. Appreciate it. So anyways, and then we tried so if you can sub to that dude, he's been nice. I want to repay the favor. And I mentioned like the hustle, right? I appreciate that he's in here. I just mentioned the whole ETA Prime thing. He's like, I commented. So I appreciate the work. Like it's one thing to talk the talk, but to walk the walk and come in, multiple times. Thank you. So there you go. There's your hard work paying off, man. There's your shout outs. I wish you lots of luck in your channel. I haven't checked out any of your videos yet lately though, dude. Just keep producing content. People want to see good content, keep producing good content. The barcade. Yeah, okay. So the barcade, if you get the kit, I don't know exactly how much the kit is because there's different like configurations and stuff like that. But I know it's like somewhere between $200 or $300. And you saw my unboxing video. You get everything that's in the unboxing video. If you want to do it really cheap, you can actually get away with the speakers that come with the monitor. Whether you get the BenQ or you get the Asus, they both have built-in speakers, and the speakers are plenty good. Like you can get away with them. The only time I don't like the speakers is if you're playing like an arcade game. I don't know if you guys know, but sometimes on an arcade game on the Raspberry Pi, the sound can be a little light. So that's where the speakers really come in help because the speakers get loud. So if you want to do it, so back to the question at hand is if you want to do it on the cheap, you can omit the speakers. You can omit the lights if you don't want the marquee to light up. So now all you need is that kit and a Raspberry Pi. If you already have that, that's already spent, and the monitor. And the monitor, you can go on Craigslist and buy like a used one, maybe for 20, $40. So I think if you really want to do it on a budget, you're talking about $350. If you want to do it all brand new, all top of the line speakers, everything the way I did it, brand new, you're probably talking $500 to $600 with a 128 gigabyte SD card, all that good stuff, like a fully loaded image. So that might give you a Mike is goof, game is low. Mike is good, I'm guessing is what he's saying. Mike is goof. No game sounds. All right, let me up these game sounds a little bit on here. How are those game sounds now, guys? Yeah, I got a 22-inch monitor, but if like you went for a 19-inch monitor, for example, which is a way more common size, and they're just all over the place, like you could probably get one from like a school dumpster or something like that, or somebody's just giving if somebody's moving, they might just give it away, so you could totally build one of these on the cheap. Or, just upgrade, like start with a cheap monitor and eventually upgrade to a nicer monitor. I went all out because Game Room Solutions, thank you guys, they gave me the kit, in exchange for a review. They didn't tell me what to say. They didn't say, give me a script. They just said, what kit do you want? Make a video for your channel. So really cool guys over there. And as you saw, I was honest about everything, like a couple things, though a couple little things that I found were just, so first of all, it's kick butt. It's awesome. I have nothing bad to say for the overall kit. But, I did say that the screws for the back of the monitor were not exactly right. But everything else was like, it was just little things. Like the overall product was all there. So anyways, it cost me out of my pocket. I already had the Raspberry Pi, I already had the SD cards, I already had the HDMI cable. So for me, it was the speaker. You saw it in the unbox. In the first video I did, the bench test video, I told you exactly what I had to buy. I had to buy T-molding, speakers, lights, power adapter for the lights, amp, and a monitor. It was about $160. But everything was brand new with warranties, everything. So fair. I mean, fair enough. It's cool. Do you like the Zenmo or Zero Delay? I've never used the Zero Delay, but I was talking to Mad Little Pixel about this, and he was saying how much better Zero Delay is, or he likes it a lot better. So I'm thinking about maybe swapping them out at some point and trying the Zero Delay. But as of now, it's the Zenmo. And the Zenmo 2-player works no problem. And then the Sanwa joysticks are really nice. Yeah, or you could just do that as well. But still, dude, I appreciate the hard work. I appreciate you too. Paps is another guy who's always in here. So Paps, thumbs up, man. You deserve a shout out. I'm not really playing this game. I'm not try-harding this. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I threw a rock at him. Okay, we don't really have resellers in Australia. Bar top kits, we need to put it together. Yeah, there's a lot of, if you are going to put it together, there's a lot of, like, templates and stuff online. So I'd check that out. I also do know that there's, they do ship, like, international. I know you got customs and stuff like that, but you might want to consider, shipping. Yeah, some stuff on, oh yeah, you mentioned it. Some stuff on eBay, etc. Yep. Whoops, I wanted to jump. I got nothing to promote. It's all good, man. You're good vibes, man. Oh, you have an iPack? Nice. That would be legit. All right, so let's does anybody know how many levels is in this game? Any guesses for levels? Let's see if we can. Can somebody quick Google search levels in Punisher arcade. This guy needs to die already. There we go. Are you kidding me? He's not dead yet. Look at that drop kick to the face. Oh, dude, he's paraplegic. Oh, you use Zero Delay. Nice. Yeah, Mad Little Pixel said he might help me with that setup. He's got some stuff. I might hit him up on that. I'm actually this is my first bar top. All my experiences with controllers. Like, I've always been a controller and computer guy. What am I doing here? Oh, I gotta hit. Oh, this is a fun round. Am I looking for accuracy or just pure numbers here? I think pure numbers. So speaking of pure numbers, a fun little story. If anybody's ever been to Dave & Buster's, I was at Dave & Buster's, and there's that game that like shovels the coins back and forth. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? You insert the coin and then you gotta like get it to push coins off. And I've never been good at that game, but I know that like that's a pretty good game because if you want to go after the prizes, right, you want to get a bunch of tickets. And so this game's got really cool little cutscenes and stuff. So I did know that that was a good way to get tickets though. Typically, is those things tend to pay out if you can get them at the right time. Look, I just got like an emerald or something. So I'm at Dave and Buster's, and we get into this machine, and it just starts pushing out tickets. Like we thought we won like six, and it just starts pumping tickets, and it doesn't stop. Like it doesn't stop. And we're there. It goes to like 1,000, and we're like, whoa, it keeps going. And we only put like 50 cents into this machine, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. I'm like, and I'm looking around. I'm like looking if there's like a boss around who's gonna like come over there and be like, oh, it's broken. But there's nobody. And so we're just letting it run, letting it run, letting it run. It ran for so long, I started feeling guilty. I was like, I can't take like, oh my god, I'm about to get like the whole roll here. So I took a few because I mean it gave them out. And then there's this little kid with his mom, and I told them I was like, this thing's giving out free tokens. You guys might want to get on this. So we came up pretty hard, and we left Dave and Buster's. I spent like $5 or $10 on tokens because I played other games, but we left with a toaster, a hand blender, like 10 stuffed animals, and a couple of other items. Like that was like I have bad luck at arcades, but that was just my one day. That's my one arcade story. So I was just talking about bar tops and like I don't I've played arcades, but I've always played them. I've never owned my own. I've always gone to places. But my one funny arcade story is going to Dave and Buster's and just winning the frickin' lotto at Dave and Buster's. What's cooler, your bar top, or your my controller? I don't know yet, man. We're gonna have to. Oh man, I'm losing. We're gonna have to check that out. And sorry, man. It's just I don't like I said, we'll have to meet up at like an event or something like that. I just don't have people over. Um, through the internet at least. It's nothing against you, man. But like I said, maybe there's a convention in town or like a retro gaming thing. Hit me up. Let's do a little meetup. We'll do a little collab. Let's do it up. Anybody heard of the new retro blocks? No, I'm not familiar. Which one is it you're talking about? So a couple things in the RetroPie news that are new is Mad Little Pixel did a review on the what's that called, the Retron 1, which is like the HD Nintendo controller processor. So as far as what's cooler, bar top or your controller, I don't know, man. I would imagine a bar top because you get the whole experience, but the controller's is a cheaper touch to still get that arcade feel. I'm not sure. I think there's no delay, or it's a very subtle delay. Um, but at one point, I had a delay because I was doing a stream one day on a highly graphic game, and it just wouldn't run. It was an awful fail on my part. Do you want to hit that? Oh, I see. You gotta. Once it starts turning colors, now it's a ticking time bomb. Sup, Julio? What's up, man? Yeah, Country Cletus. It was a jackpot, man. It was such a jack. We had so many tickets that I was thinking, I was like, I don't want just stuffed animals. Like, I need to like deck out my kitchen here. So that's why I was like, I don't have a hand blender. I really don't need a hand blender. Like, I probably only used it like once or twice. It's a Hamilton Beach hand blender. Like, you could get it for like $9.99 on Amazon, but it's still like $9.99. It's a little piece of junk hand blender that I've probably made like cookies or like brownies with, once or twice. Or you know what I did? I was whipping heavy cream with it once. You get heavy cream, you got to whip it, and it turns into whipped cream. That's what we were doing it up in the kitchen. It's a gaming console that was supposed to kickstart in April. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting Kickstarters. You just got to be careful with Kickstarter. Look at people's history, see if it's going to come out or not. Did it already come out? So speaking of like Kickstarters and projects, I would like to do a portable as my next kind of project, but I need to do a little more research. So if anybody's got a plug on a portable or somebody that has a kit for a portable, tell them to hit me up. I'd love to do a portable. Tell them, you know, It'd be similar to like my bar top videos. Go through the whole thing, start to finish with a newbie like myself, confusing himself regularly and struggling. The speaking of struggling, the bar top video, in case the one, if you haven't already, check out my previous videos, but the bar top video, it took me 7 hours. But some of it was like my stupidity, like, you know, cutting the wrong wire or not reading ahead on the instructions or stuff like that. But it was so fun. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too, because I tried to record all of it, and there's so much record. I had like hours of recording, so I had to go through all the hours and like cut it. I didn't quite cut it as well as I wanted to be honest. Like, I don't know if some of you, you know, really look at my work, you might be like, oh, he repeated that word twice. So mistakes were made. I tried my best though, guys. Keeping you guys in mind, trying to keep it as simple as possible. But if you watch that video, like the process one that's a little longer, I left it long because I felt like that was the hardest part, doing the controls, and I didn't want somebody for me to skip a part, you know. I'm not really playing this game that hard, by the way. I could do better, guys. I could do better. Uh, but I wanted, so like the controller section was a big part of that video, and that's why I added the timestamps. But like I was saying, I wanted it so like if one of you buy that kit, which it's a highly recommended kit, by the way, you can at least, you know, have a reference. Because Game Room Solutions actually has a very good tutorial already. I just wanted to do a second tutorial like from my perspective, because maybe it's a little different. Maybe I'll show a different camera angle, something like that. So, can you go to the main menu and show us all the systems? Yeah, dude. I want to see if I could. So we got a lot going on tonight, guys. So stay in here. I want to show you the preview to my show that'll be released tomorrow, and then sure, I'll show you the setup here. It's the track mode setup. It's got the rooms on it. Does anybody know? I asked how many levels. Anybody get back to me on that? How many levels are in this game? Because if there's like 10 more bosses, I'll quit the game now. If there's like 1 or 2 more levels, I would love to beat this game. I feel like this guy's the last guy though, or he's close to it, because god dang, he's strong. Look at all those HP. Let me do my little special move here. I gotta hold down this button, right? If you, oh, there it is. I gotta throw my grenade. Let's throw my grenade here. Yeah, buddy. Grenade, baby. Throw another one. Yeah. Hit him with the yeah, throw him there. Do RetroPie on Ubuntu laptop portable. I did that already. It didn't get many hits, but it's a good operating system, and it's cool because you can put a lot of. Okay, I got him, and I died at the same time. All right, we killed the bushwhacker, guys. How did I set up my controls? It's in the video. Go in the video in the link. Go to the process video. Can you go to the main menu? Yeah, I'll do it. You had me all spooked with the scam SD cards. I had to stack them. Yeah, I mean, check your SD cards, guys. You never know. If you buy from Amazon, then you don't have to worry about it. If you're buying from, I feel like this is the last level. Level 5, what do you guys think? But if you buy your SD cards from Amazon, you should get it. I'm going to get a bar top for Father's Day. Dude, Leslie, right on. Take some photos if you can. I'd love to see them. Kingpin. Kingpin is the last level. Yeah, somebody in chat will do it. Yeah, Jeremy knows what's up. Follow what Jeremy's saying. I mean, you guys saw that whole video with the RetroPie drama. And basically, I emailed with the guys, and I'm just glad that they're at least talking to me, you know, rather than just like going all crazy on me on the back end. Like, at least we can have a conversation. And but basically, they said these words, and I'll respect them: do not promote or distribute the images. So I can still do RetroPie, I can still game, I'll still review themes and review images, but I'm not going to promote them, and I'm not going to distribute them. That way they can't F with me, you know? And that way we're happy, we're all good. And, you know, I just hope that they, like, you know, I'm such a small-time person. I'm in this little niche over here. I just hope they leave me alone and go bother somebody else, is really my hopes. And so I'm just going to do that. You already got your Father's Day present, a Weber Genesis 2 grill? Dude, I gotta Google that. I bet you that thing is epic. I mean, not only is it called the Genesis, my dad drives the Hyundai Genesis. That's a nice car. If anybody wants a nice car and not pay BMW prices, get the Hyundai Genesis. Slick car. You can get the two-door or the four-door. The two-door is definitely more racy, but my dad's an older guy, so he owns the four-door. But it's like it has leather interior. It's got a V8. It's a nice little ride. It's super quiet inside. Great insulation. Great suspension. And it's all it's got the screen, traffic, everything in it. It's pretty bomb. Power to the man. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not really trying to cause any drama. I'm just trying to make it clear to them and posting in my videos that this is where I stand on the matter. Just please be cool about it. I want that one for Father's Day too. How much is the Genesis? How much is the Genesis 2? Not the car, but the grill. The brothers. Oh, I just got an extra life, I think. Just made like a noise. So does the boom? Let's check out the boomerang. Does the boomerang stun them or does it actually hurt them? Oh man, that was a horrible throw. Let's get rid of this knife so we can maybe pick up the boomerang. Okay, good. Can we switch it? Let's switch it. All right, now we got the boomerang. Let's check out this boomerang. Come on, where are you guys at? Uh-oh. This isn't looking too good. Oh, that's pretty good. These guys are pretty creepy looking. How old is my dad? He is like 62, 63. So I actually have a video I made of him. I made a video. Should I post it, guy? I already edited it. It's my dad reacting to the bar top. He had never seen it before, and he came over the other day, and I was like, "What do you think this is?" He's It's a pretty funny video, and he had just came back from this uh, he had just came back from a I was like, my mom called me and she's like, oh yeah, your dad's at some gaming convention. He's like, yeah, one of his old friends from high school or something is really into gaming. I was like, really? I had no idea. And then when he came over a couple days ago, he was like, oh no, it's a board game convention. So it's like people who play like board games, not video games. So anyways, the video is him talking about that convention and us playing with the bar top. So I'll probably post that video later. No. Don't ask Mad Little Pixel. Ask Mad Little Pixel's already in the show, guys. We already got him on lock. He's on lock. He's solid. It's ETA Prime. You got to go ask. We got to get him on the thing. Game Room had issues with the guy, but he cleaned up the product earlier. Bar top wood was garbage. Oh yeah, definitely. He's not only that. I haven't made the video yet, but he also sent me a new screen. I haven't showed you guys yet. But if you notice on my bar top, it's all one clear piece of plexiglass. What he actually did was, on mine, you could see the plexiglass, and what he did was he took a sticker and he took my marquee, the MAME thing, and he basically made it like an image tape out of it. And so now you can no longer see the aces. You can no longer see the borders of my bar top. It's pretty cool. So he sent that brand new thing too. They're working, so they're constantly improving their product. So it's definitely getting better. So Retro Junkie, yeah, the product definitely has gotten better over time. Yeah, the Mighty Pie. I'm getting a bar top. Nice, dude. Kingpin, Arcade Punks. Okay, Power to the Man. I think that's dumb. Yeah, I know it is dumb. Why stop there? Get the Equinus. Yeah, the Equinox or whatever, the Equinus, whatever it is. I know you didn't. It has an I in it, I think, Paps. But yeah, my dad's not that big of a baller. Yeah, I think he paid like 26 or 28,000 for his Genesis. And my dad, like, he's not rich. He when he owns a car, he gets 220,000 miles on it. So not dollars. So like his last car was a Chrysler 300M, and he put it like up to, and he bought that in like 2000, and then he just bought this car in like 2013 or so. So he had the or he bought the Chrysler in like 2002. So he had his last car for 10 years. So yeah, it's a big expense, but like if it's someone like him and he's older now, he it's a justified expense. I think, how old is he? Yeah, I told you. I downloaded one of the, is a tutorial or something. Yeah, you can watch. There's tutorials online. Post it. Yeah, I'm not going to post it tonight, but I'll post it in the mix of the videos this week. But it's funny. Look out for that. I will post it. It's already edited and everything. It's just, if I post like 3 videos or 4 videos at the same time, they're going to get like 100 views each. I try to spread out. I try to do no more than 2 videos a day is my limit, because I've done 3 or 4 videos in a day, and then like some of them just like fall through the cracks and nobody ever watches them. If nobody ever watches them, then they never see the light of day. So that's my philosophy with that. Oh, whoa, who are these chicks? So the Punisher, he doesn't really have any special abilities, does he? Or he heals fast, right? He's just like he's like a Navy guy, but he's not actually like any kind of mutant, is he? Have I talked to ETA Prime and all? Yes, I talked to him. We're chatting. Like I said, I want to get him on the show. I really hope I can get him. Especially, I really want him on this first week because it's going to be all retro Pi type guys, except RGT85. But he's a cool dude. There's a funny Raspberry Pi reference in his episode. What's up, Haru? How's it going? No, I definitely did not win the lottery. I used to play the lottery a lot. I used to when I was waiting I used to be a waiter for a while, and so I was making pretty good money like on tips and stuff. And so every week, once a week, I'd spend about $10 on Super Lottery, and I would just get random numbers. I wouldn't play the same numbers, and like I just after a couple years of doing that, I realized if I do it every week times a month, 52 weeks, that's 5,000. What is that? $500, 5,000, and the most I ever won was $50. Occasionally I won $1 or $2, maybe $10. I won a couple of times, and then my biggest haul was $50. So I realized that I was better off just not playing and saving that money. So I actually don't play the lottery, and I never won the lottery. So sorry, guys. Let's drop these grenades. How do we drop these grenades again? There we go. Send me some money, man. Dude, I don't. Where's everybody thinking I have money? I said I won a lot of tickets at Dave and Buster's. Do you want my mixer? Like, you can have my mixer if you want. I'll throw that away in my next giveaway. Speaking of giveaways, like I said, I've kind of been hinting at this. I have the 8BitO to give away. It will be getting given away, but like I said, I need to have some sort of reason to do it. So I'm either gonna. Here's the real thing. I'm either gonna do it when I hit 10,000 subscribers, or at least when I get close. Or I'm going to do it when I get to 500 videos on this channel. Because I'm close to 500 videos, so that'll probably more likely happen first. But I'm trying to throw my grenades here. Throw your grenades, man. What's the button? There we go. Let's get some cheese. Let's get the Uzi. Alright, dude's dead. Send me some money. G35... Is it faster than Genesis? I don't know, dude. You should look it up. The thing with the Genesis, it comes with like a 2-door coupe that's a really racy looking thing, and it comes with like a 4-door that looks more like a 3 Series or 5 Series BMW. My dad has the more like adult version. He doesn't have the racy car. But my dad scares me when he drives. My dad is the craziest freaking driver ever. Like, I'm scared for my life. He tailgates. He has road rage. He's constantly speeding. Like, he is... he's not crazy. He's not like a menace, but he's definitely an aggressive driver. And okay, we're on the final level, guys. So final level, then I'm going to show you all this cool stuff coming up. So he's an aggressive guy. So that's why he bought kind of a fast car. This is his first like race car he's ever owned. But he actually owned a Volvo. He owned a Peugeot back in the day, which were pretty racy for their time. And then he had like a 240. He had a 240 Peugeot, I think. And then he owned the Volvo 740 Turbo. That thing had a turbo on it. It was pretty fast. Cool little car. I'm sure some people in here have seen the Volvo, the 240 Volvo. Since we're talking about the 240 Volvo, I think it's Comedians in Cars Drinking Coffee. It's on Crackle with the Seinfeld guy. And the episode with David Letterman. Is it David Letterman? Or the car that they use is a turbocharged Volvo wagon, and it was this ridiculous car that this car manufacturer, not this car manufacturer, but one of like the big car aftermarket people, like what's the big one for Mustang? Like what's it called? Like the big aftermarket one for Mustang that's swoosh or swash, and then there's like, yeah. Anyways, it's a crazy car. I'll try to put a link in the description. Okay, I play the Monterey too much and dreams of playing video games all day. Yeah, I mean it's nice to think that like you could play video games all day if you could just win the lotto. But at the same time, it's like the reason I don't like that, and back to my thing about like why I stopped playing the lotto is like I don't want my life to be contingent on me winning the lottery. Like I want my life to just be okay whether I win the lottery or not. So I don't want it to ever be like this end game for me. I want it to be more of a journey, if you will. So I totally agree with you. It'd be awesome. But at the same time, it's like if I'm just waiting for this moment to happen, that might not ever happen. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it might be you might be letting yourself down at some point, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting your thing. What 8-bit controller? The NES Pro. Just kicking ass and eating cheese. That's right. You'd think the Punisher would have a little bit more of a little chub, maybe a little bit more face wrinkles, but instead he's yeah, he's got that face. Um, yeah. So has Cody been updated? I don't know, man. I think you can go on GitHub or go to the Cody, and they should tell you what was updated or not. Let me know, man, because if it has, I'd love to do a video on it and check it out. I honestly don't use much Kodi myself. I have a laptop hooked up to my computer. I have my old laptop. Like my old laptop is an i5. It's still fairly fast. And like rather than selling it for like $100 or whatever I could sell it for, I just keep it as like my media server. And if I travel somewhere where I know I might get my laptop stolen, I just take that laptop. So it's a nice like secondary laptop. So that's why I don't use Kodi because I have that laptop. What does this head do? Throw it. It's sort of with the Seinfeld guy. Exactly. With Jerry Seinfeld. Thank you, Paps. Okay, you guys have to know something that my brain is pretty scattered if you haven't realized that before. I do have a mild case of, or maybe even a severe case of some attention deficit disorder for sure. I'll admit to that. So this is all natural stuff, by the way. No, I've had maybe 1/3 of a beer so far tonight. So this is 100% sober. And I usually am. Or I am, you know. So, but the Seinfeld guy, back to my point, it's really hard to play games and hold a conversation at the same time. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get at. So it's not that, it's just a little bit of carnage on my part with the multitasking. Speaking of multitasking, you know, what do you guys think? Press one in the chat if you think multitasking is a real thing, like you can successfully do it, and press 2 if you think that multitasking, like you can't actually do it. There's no such thing as multitasking, that you're really just, you know, you're really just not doing two things. You're really focusing just on one. So 1 if you think it exists, 2 if you think it's a crock. The mine definitely has a chub. Did I build a computer? No, I usually I usually build them like through the little like customization thing. But actually, I'm really cheap. So what I do is I go to websites like Slick Deals or Passwired, and these forums where people find deals on the daily basis. So when I'm in the market for a laptop, I'll wait until like a laptop somewhat what I'm looking for goes on sale, and then I'll buy any brand. But I have to say that this last computer I bought, I did go out and I got a deal on it. I did get a good deal on it, but I definitely picked what I wanted. I got the MSI, and I did a video on that. All right, so 1 is that multitasking exists. 2 is that multitasking does not exist. It's like a crock. It's like made up. People think they can, but you actually can't. So 1 is yes for multitasking. 2 is no. Can somebody? So this is my problem. So you guys are like, dude, Seinfeld guy. I meant Jerry Seinfeld. I really did. So Jerry Seinfeld and it was Jerry Seinfeld and David Letterman. But back to this. Can somebody add up the 1s and the 2s for me? Somebody in the chat, please, because I can't add. It looks like fairly even. Can somebody do the tallies for me? You know what I need to start doing is straw poll. You're just doing more than one thing poorly. That's multitasking. I'll speak about that in a second. I don't want to influence anybody's decision just yet. I definitely have a strong opinion on multitasking. What phone do I have? I have the Samsung S. I don't know, S6. I think S6. I forget the S's. Like there's 8 S's, right? S1, S2, S3. I know it's like at least the 5. It's either the 5 or the 6. I'm not a big phone guy. I just, like I said, I buy cheap. I bought my phone refurbished. Factory refurbished though. Repeat any questions if I haven't got to them yet. Like where I am in the chat is I'm at Papa Linus. Have you had to get the DS4 DR to run PS4 controller? So I don't have a PS4 controller. Sorry, dude. So I can't speak to that. But maybe somebody else in the chat can help him out. I can't add and watch a video and listen to you at the same time. Damn, Pat's with the attitude over here. Dang, burns. That's it? Apple device. I don't know if you added that up correctly, man. There's only 6 people that voted? No, no, no. Don't do Survey Monkey. There's something called straw poll. Watch, go to straw poll. Does anybody know straw poll? Let's do a straw poll really quick. Does multitasking work? And then, oh shit, I need to continue. I almost lost this. I almost lost all my progress on the show. No. Okay. Alright, I got share. Control C. Here it comes, guys. Here's the straw poll. There's the link in the chat. Go in the chat. Click that link. It's not clickbait. It's safe for work. But this is called straw poll. It's actually really cool. I can make like on the fly surveys, and you guys could see the results. And I've seen other streamers use it. That's why. And I thought it was kind of cool. This is my first stream straw poll, and you guys are all a part of it. Right on. I'm poor, don't have a phone. Dude, this... I'm sorry, man. The thing with phones is they're so cheap now. Like, you don't have to buy an S8. Like, if you buy, like, an S4, which you could buy for, like, $40 now, it's a plenty capable phone if you're just, like, texting and browsing the internet. So, these people that say, oh, I can't afford it, it's like, well, don't go out and buy the freaking latest and greatest. Buy some old thing, you know? That's so great about the phone market is the market is so saturated that there's this huge secondary market. By the way, another cool video. I watch a lot of YouTube, guys. I don't know if I've ever admitted this, but I am a huge YouTube viewer. I actually watch less YouTube now because I'm always making videos, and I'm kind of like, well, I could be making a video right now, or I could be watching YouTube. So I kind of watch my watching of YouTubes. But like one of my favorite pastime is watching YouTube videos. But anyways, there was a cool YouTube video that was on the trending page about a month ago, and it was a dude who goes to China, and he's either living there or he's teaching English or something, and he builds an iPhone. Like he goes to all the little markets, he goes to like these little stores, and he talks to like tech people, and he brings his friends along who can speak Chinese or Mandarin or whatever they're speaking, and it's a really cool video that he's able. I'm not going to ruin the video for you, but he basically builds an iPhone from scratch, like buying the motherboard, buying the sensors, buying the case, and he does it all. And it's actually a really fascinating video. It has like millions of views, so just Google like building an iPhone in China, and it was a really good video. Oh, what happened? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, what did happen? Oh, I see what happened. That's funny. It hit a hotkey when I went and did my survey. It hit a hotkey. Sorry, guys. Fix your head. All right, let's see, let's check out the straw poll. Drewzilla's here. Roar. All right, what do we got here? Let's see the results. All right, we got more votes coming in. We got more votes coming in. It's 8-6 right now. Wow, this is a really divided. This is a really divided. This is a really divided audience here. Any last votes, guys? It's one vote per IP address. So some of you are like, oh, I'm gonna go VPN. I'm gonna go VPN and vote again. All right, I'm gonna call it there. So it's 8-6. I'm gonna say no. So then it's gonna be 8-7. So there's a one vote more that says you can multitask. So maybe I guess I should. Oh, this is the last boss, Kingpin. Nice. So maybe I should talk a little bit what I think about. Fix your head. Okay, I fixed it. Yeah, iPhone is pretty crazy expensive. So this is the last boss on the Punisher game. Oh, I need tokens. So multitasking does not actually exist. The reason being is you can find all sorts of research on it. But when I was actually getting my master's, there's one of the guys in my class was also a computer engineer, mathematician, like PhD dude, and he was just going to get his master's or whatever. And he brought this up to like the whole class, and he was like, multitasking doesn't exist. They've done studies, and what it shows is you can multitask with muscle memory. So like I could eat cereal and read the newspaper because the action of eating cereal is just brain memory. It's brain functions. So I can do that. But if I was to, listen to somebody on the phone and type a paper at the same time, you couldn't do it. And when your brain switches focus from listening to the phone to writing the paper, there's something called a transaction cost, which is the amount of, it might be like milliseconds, but it's the amount of time that your brain switches from one action to the other. So the ability to actually multitask with things you've never, that don't require, that aren't muscle memory, there's no such thing as multitasking. You are doing one task better than the other. And there's also transition costs as well that you need to account for. Now, another great example that he used, which I really liked, which is like, he's like, have you ever been driving your car and you're on the phone and you're talking to a friend or something and you pull up in your driveway or you get to where you need to go and you totally forget like how you got there? Like you're just you can't remember you're driving. You're like, did I hit anybody? Did I run any red lights? But like you got there safely, like your car is whole. Let's just see, has anybody had that happen to you before? Because it happens to me. It's happened to me before where you just get to your destination and you just have no idea like how you got there. You're just like still on your phone or something, or you're thinking about something. Has anybody had that happen to them before? Okay, and then take example 2, where have you ever been talking to somebody on the phone and you're going somewhere you've never been before, in a city you've never been before, and maybe you have the GPS on? Have you ever done that? Because when I do that, I am lost. I make the wrong turn. I'm not really talking on the phone. That's exactly multitasking at work. That you can't. You are either focusing on one or the other. So as much as you guys want to disagree with that or not, I mean, I'm sure there's more research out there and whatever, but just consider that. I think for me personally, I agree with that 100%. But for you, maybe it's a little different. But take it for what it is. But I guess we're both right though, because you could say, well, yeah, according to you, you said muscle memory, and that is multitasking technically. So yes, we're all right. But I just thought I'd add to that. So back to me playing video games, when I go from chat to this, there's a transaction cost. Yeah, autopilot. Exactly. It's autopilot for our brains. My wife calls, you aren't listening to me. Exactly. Put LIN in README file. What is my main image? I like HyperPie a lot, and I like Motion Blue a lot. So, and then I just like different collections of games. I mean, you guys just see my stuff. There's some with Nintendo DS. There's some with a lot more retro. I always like Nacho's stuff because Nacho would give a lot of retro games, and he had like the MS-DOS and the Scum VM and stuff like that. So I like images. I like a mix of images, you know. And I think now that I've experienced the bar top, like it also depends on your application. Woo! Watch, he gets back up. I hope he doesn't get back up. Rock on, guys. We did it. Please get that checked out for. It's okay. My transition time is like 5 minutes. Damn, we've got to get out of here. So see if you can beat my high score, 6,111,221. Dude, that truck is pretty sick. Why don't they make box trucks anymore? Like I kind of like the old like square aesthetics. Like that's a cool looking truck. It's way cooler than like the rounded ones. Faced his final defeat as a Punisher hand, the King building, its support structure badly damaged, collapsed, its dying echo reverberating through the city like the English roar and the Uxor demon. With his defeat in the King building, the Kingpin is without the power guiding his. But for the Punisher, while the battle is won, the war has gone on for him. There's none other left on Earth to fight. Am I impossible to die? Perhaps is it the fate to fight another reward? A war he can never really win. That night, the Punisher vanished into the dark, melting back into the shadows to stalk the prey and to the predators. I didn't get to finish. The next morning, the police searched through the rubble of the King building. They found over 300 ex-criminals, but they could not find anybody that could be identified as the Kingpin. Dun dun dun. Let's see who worked on this game. That's a pretty cool cutscene. Kima, Maida, Bucci, Jun. Program design, Naki, Uno, Kawabata, Mitsu, Makami. Character design. Kingpin is dead. You woke up your wife, sorry. Am I going to play Ganru? What time is it? How about Roman? I'm going to put it on the next stream because I got a couple things I want to do here first. So Roman, I owe you, Roman. Next time, come in and we'll play that game. We'll check it out. No, I'm gaming on the computer. All right, so this is about over, and then I want to show you guys a couple things. All right, I gotta enter my name here. I'm gonna go by D this time. D-E-E. D-E-E. And D. All right, we're just about there. All right. Okay. Oh, you wanted to see the wheel action here? It's pretty cool. My back button's not working right now. What do we got here? We gotta go in. We actually have to go back in there. My back button's not working right now. Previous game. Back. All right, now my back's working. Okay. My back wasn't working. Okay. So these are the collections. You got Mario vs. Sonic, Disney Collection, Spider-Man, hacked games. We should play with the hacked games some stream. We'll check that out. You got a bunch of different collections, Nintendo classics, all sorts, and then you got the real systems. You got MAME, Final Burn. The theme here is called the like retro gaming room. You got the RetroPie Top 100, Mortal Kombat games, Ghosts and Ghouls, or Ghouls and Ghosts, mini PSPs, bunch of cool stuff over here. I don't know about Bluetooth, but I know the Sanwa can be used with wired for sure. Yeah, I have a track mode on the bar top. I'm using the Hyperspin or HyperPie. Oh, nice, Ramon. How long did it take you? Destroyer Nerd, what's up, man? I heard never-ending story on Amstrad can't be completed. Ooh, I probably can't complete it then for sure. Okay, and then when you're in the actual system, so that's all the systems. Let's get all the way to the top here, cave, and then back to track mode setup. So, and then you click into the things, and you have the Mario vs. Sonic. You got the Disney collection. Spider-Man was cool. It uses his eye. You've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got Narc. Different arcade company things. Fighting games. It's a cool little backdrop there. Now, some of the rooms, all the rooms are a little different. You know, like most of the rooms there's a bar top or an arcade machine. Like all the ones we're looking at now. So all these classics. But I think once we get to the systems here, there we go. MAME changes a little bit. But then back, and then once we get, there we go. And then we got the Zelda collection. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got the Simpsons. Got its own little thing. RetroPie Top 100. That might look familiar. My favorite SD card, I just get whatever's on sale between the PNY or the Lexar or the SanDisk. Just make sure you're getting Class 10 and you're getting the higher read rates if you want something decent. To me, it's worth the extra bucks for the Ultras. I'm trying to get to the game rooms here. We're almost there, I promise. This guy went hardcore on the arcade machine colors. Every like combination ever. Here you go. So like super graphics, you got the arcade room. I like the rooms. I think the room's kind of cool. I like the idea that you're in like a room. PSP Minis, PlayStation, you got the room. SG-1000. Mega Drive is not a room. Genesis is not a room. But then Sega Masters is in the room. All right. So let's switch over here. Okay. All right, here we go. So here's David Letterman's. There's his. This is like it looks like a regular car, right? It's got a. It's got like a huge Hemi motor in it with a supercharger. Like it's crazy built out motor in this little Volvo station wagon. And it's like a one of a kind. Like the dude only built like 100 of these, and David Letterman and I think Jerry Seinfeld owns one as well. But it's just like crazy fast. The other thing I wanted to show you was the build in China. Yeah, this guy, Strange Parts, how I made my own iPhone in China. Really cool video, and how he builds a whole iPhone. It's actually really interesting if you're into that kind of stuff. Because if you guys like my bar top build, like this video is really cool. What he did. Check out my previous bar top builds if you haven't. The Canna Kit was released today, and then tomorrow a little teaser for tomorrow. Actually, let's leave this big, and I think it's here. There we go. So here you go. Here's the reveal. For all you that are watching, get to see the first thing. The show that has no name, but we interview cool people. So this is the name of the show. Episode 1, we've got Simply Austin. The episode's already done. It'll be uploaded 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. This particular episode is about 40 minutes long. We were talking for like 2 hours, and so I trimmed it down a lot. But it's kind of more like a podcast, if you will. But we're playing retro games. We're talking about retro games. We're talking about him as a YouTuber. It's really cool. He's a really cool guy. Like he's exactly how you would expect him to be. So watch that episode. That's tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Me and Simply Austin. It should be cool. It should be good times. All right, and then episode 2, which is also done. This one's like 37 minutes long. Me and RGT85. Some people know him as the Sega guy. He's gotten this in the community. People call him the Sega guy, and that's his shtick is like Sega Saturn and Sega and stuff like that. But his name's Sean Long. Cool guy. Talk about his YouTube channel, Sega Retro Gaming. And then make sure you stick to the end, because at the end of each show we do the lightning round where we do like rapid fire questions and we do little fun things like that. So it's more of a chill show. It's a little longer because I really want to just like talk about random things and see where it goes. But episode 1 and 2, it should be Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday's guest is still undecided. It depends who comes through and what I could do. Mad Little Pixel will be on probably next week as well, or the week after for sure. It depends on like editing schedules and things like that. So this is the new show. You don't have to be retro gamer to be on the show, but I'm just starting the show off with interviewing retro gamers. Let's go back. I think we're done with that. I think we're back in. Yep, here we go. So let's see what's going on in the chat. All you need is Pepsi, man. Spoken like a true champ, Pabst. The can kit you reviewed, I bought it a few months ago, and it came with a Kingston SD card. Oh, interesting that they switched it out. I bet they probably do just get whatever's on sale. Yeah, it is. Jean-Pierre, it is. You are correct, yes. Yeah, it was a really nice. Thanks, Mallow Pixel. Little sleeper, huh? What time is it in Cali right now? It's 10:14 p.m. I'm EST. I don't sleep much. Dang, dude, you're up late, man. It's 11 p.m. 1:30 a.m. 1:13 a.m. there. Dang, really late. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I mean, I've been doing a lot of editing. Like, Jesus, I'm just sitting in front of a computer the last 2 days, and I have like 3 videos that I shot that I still need to edit. So I got a lot of content, at least in the next week, coming your way. So make sure you subscribe. Click that little bell button. If you click the bell button next to subscribe, you'll get a notification whether I go live on stream or whether I shoot another video. And I have to say, my upcoming videos, like with these shows and things like that, they are very good, very good. I mean, why wouldn't I say they're good? But they are very, very good. And so stay tuned for that. Adobe Premiere. I use Adobe Premiere, or I used Power Director. The reason I use Power Director is I'm used to it, but I have Premiere and I need to use it more. I'm just not fast at it yet, so I tend to go with what I'm faster at, but I would love to do Premiere. Yeah, I use Power Director, but Premiere is great. Premiere's a little bit on the cha-ching side though, so be careful of that. All right, guys, let's thank some of you guys for coming in here. Apple Device Pro, perhaps, Country Cletus, Boss, Fragment Freedom Bro, Jean-Pierre, I can't say your last name, sorry. Mad Little Pixel, thanks for coming through. Jeremy, Musician Levo, thanks for coming through. Reginald Alberto, thanks for coming in. Who else we got in here? I need to move up my chat. Papa Linus, Destroyer Nerd, Ramon, got you already. Chauncey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming by tonight. Who else we got? Let's scroll to the top. I think now we got to go to the top. 321 My Destiny, thanks for coming in. Richard Cruz, John Sheriff, thanks for coming in. Richard Etheridge, Milton Chen, Jeremy Yip, Virgil was in here. I know he had to go back to work. Tim Black, thanks for coming in. Thanks for saying hello. Steve Garcia came in. RW Prime 1, thank you. And thanks for commenting, man. You're always active on there. I appreciate it. Stephen Love, thanks for coming through. Victor, thanks for coming through. Liquor, Snurf, thanks for coming through. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for enjoying the stream. I thought it was a very productive stream. We got to beat a game. You got to hear what's coming up. I got to hear your stories. You got to hear mine. I hope it was entertaining. It was sure entertaining for me, and I appreciate you. So with that, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully you watch the show and you comment and you like. That would be awesome. All right, guys, have a good night. Catch you on the flip.